Alright, here we go. Let's go do it. We're gonna kill Bale. We're gonna fuck him up. Fuck him up real good. Alright. So, that's not where I want to be. I do this every single time I play this damn game. We might take a little bit longer to get to Bale. But that's... okay, this is a really shit thing to be in. Okay, let's first, no, let's go back to town for 2 whole seconds and get this curse off. That's not a fun time. That's much better. So, that was a nasty one. You do not want to be cursed in these kind of areas. Well, you don't want to be cursed, period. It's just not fun. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Bale. But yeah, Crystal Beasts, I'm just so disappointed in it. I don't mean to sound like that guy, but it really was not what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to play kind of similar to how pendulum summoning works, but it just, no. It functions... okay, so anybody who's interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! And wants to hear my opinions on it, I guess. One of the best ways to put it is... alright, so it requires 7, at least, to get Rainbow Dragon out, okay? 7 cards? And it's not... okay, so when I first made the deck, I thought it was 7 cards, like, of the Crystal Beast archetype. No, it's 7 of the entire, like, the whole thing. Like, all 7 monsters in it. And I did not know that. And that's a hell of an investment, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's not cool. 7 cards, either in grave, on field... not in hand, mind you, which in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Would have been much better. It's just... oh, God, dude. That's so much investment to get a boss monster out. You have to basically rely on your extra deck to even survive to get the fucking things out. Like, and even when you do, it's just a 4K beat stick. Like, it's literally just... let's see, Rainbow Overdragon. I think that's the first fusion you can get. Alright, Rainbow Overdragon, what's it do? Well... yeah, that's what I thought. So you can banish 1 card from, I think, your grave, right? I'm pretty sure it's grave. So you can banish all, like, 1 card, but it's only 1 card, so I think that card only gets up to, like, 5,000 attack. Which is high. Yeah, that's pretty high. I'm not gonna argue with you there and say it's, well, it's not enough damage. It's fine. As far as that's a fucking awful, awful boss. Holy shit. As far as like stats, I think 4,000, that's fine. 4,000 plus 5,000, whatever. That's fine. I'm not gonna complain about the damage on the boss monster. But its effect, it's got like summoning sickness, right? You can't use that effect the turn. It's fucking stupid, man. And so it requires numerous turns to set that monster up to even attempt to OTK your opponent. That's not cool. No, this is not a good idea. This is a terrible, terrible idea. So... oh god, here's where it gets even worse. So, the problem I have the most is the Crystal Beast monsters themselves, they all have the same procs, which is when they die, they can be chosen to go to the graveyard. That's fine. Or, sorry, they can be in your spell, like, slot, right? So you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. They can go there and they can just chill out. But they don't give you any benefits. The only reason you get benefits is if you have Rainbow City, am I correct in saying that? So Rainbow City, how do you search it out? Well, you hopefully remember to do it properly, but here's the other problem. Okay, so you can be like, cool, I have Rainbow City, I have 5 cards somehow, if you even... I don't think the effects are that bad. Like, it gets 1 extra effect per card in, like, your back row. But then your back row's blocked up. Then what do? How do you get rid of it? You can't MST it, no one plays MST anymore. Your opponent can just probably Harpy's Feathers Duster it all. Then you have no back row. Then what, smart guy? Okay, and then what? Let's see what else can happen that's just awful. That's happened to me 800 times. Alright, so you think, okay, cool, I've got 3 cards in the back row, but where's your protection? You don't have any, because the deck doesn't have any native protection. It's not the worst thing ever, but it could be better. Okay, let's see if I can do this. You know, I'm gonna prep this because I feel like it's a good idea. I don't think I'm gonna need too much. I think this should be fine. Lick my pussy and my crack. Why am I singing that? I watched that on the way to work today with my roommate. Anyways. Not that song, the Vine. Oh, Vine. Anyways. Yeah, it's like, okay, cool. So you have... the highest fucking monster you get is like 1800. And yeah, you can get, you know... Oh, please, God, let this be at least decent. Oh, fucking... We are the spirits of weed. This is gonna be interesting. Alright. I could theoretically just static them all to death. Alright, that didn't work. I do not like this at all. I think this isn't the worst. Alright, get over here, boy. So, like... Yeah, you're probably thinking, oh, well, what's the highest monster they have? Oh! That's... I teleported directly onto them. That's really spooky. We're gonna have to do this really cheesy. I don't think I have enough time to cast Blizzard. I think Blizzard is way too dangerous. And I can get one shot if I'm not careful. So... I might have to focus here. That's not fun. Oh, god damn. I might run out of mana, too. This is really spooky. I should have prepped this a bit better. Yeah, I really should have. Let's static, I guess. Oh my god, do not go near me, you asshole. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Case in point, I don't like this. Here. Taste my blizzard, you bitch. The fucking blizzard of the month is my dick. Son of a bitch, I'm derailing because this is really nerve-wracking. But yeah, if, like, you require 7+ cards to get Rainbow Overdragon out. Now you're probably thinking now, Seth, you can... Fuck. Just one of these assholes needs to die. That's all I need. This is all... This is the edge I need, okay? Yay! That makes things easier. So, like, you're probably like, now, Seth, what about Crystal Magic... Whatever it's called. Ultimate Crystal Magic. What about that spell? Right? Lose a Crystal Beast monster, and then immediately summon... you sack 7 cards, and you get Rainbow Overdragon. Actually, no, it's Supreme... What the hell is that? Someone's skating, I think. Someone's being Tony Hawk. Anyways. So, what about that, right? You're probably like, now, Seth. Okay, here's the problem, tough guy. You know what happens? Your opponent can MST it, and or sorry, not MST, your opponent could Ash Blossom it. That's a huge problem. They could Solemn Judgment it. That's a huge problem. And guess what? They could wait until it's on the field, and then they can pop your card. And then guess what? You just wasted 7 cards, and the likelihood of you being able to do it twice, because the only half-decent card in that whole thing is probably Crystal Beast Pegasus, right? Like, and it's only because it can special summon a little bit. But yeah, I mean, oh, you gotta be dicking me, man. This isn't cool, dude. There, thank you, Jesus. So yeah, you could do that. Maybe that's not that. That's, I think it's fucking wind. It's crazy weather outside today. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like, yeah, you can do that, right? You can go and do that. There's so many things that just basically prevent that from happening. Like, and then you're out of cards. Like, you just can't summon them again. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. And the likelihood of you bricking your hand to do that is just also really hard. There's not a lot of search power in that deck. It's like I said, it would be good maybe in like 2005. Maybe circa 2006. Pre-Pendulum, right? Let me take some coffee in. Crunchy. But yeah, it's not the worst.
Good to see you.
That's wind. Fucking hell. Wind is mad outside. Wow. Anyways. So yeah, it's like you could theoretically make it work, right? It's got everything that it could. I'm not even gonna bother with this place. I'm just gonna blitz through it. I don't really have any reason to be in here very long. Oh fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like, it's not the worst deck ever, but it's... Man, that wind is nasty out there. It is December after all. I kind of expect it. I do not need to be in this place very long. This is a hellhole to be in. If I get hit one time in the wrong moment, I'm gonna die so hard. God damn it. I'm trying my ass off not to get hit. This place is an awful mess. Okay, we'll go north then. How about that? How about them Cowboys? Actually, a really small Worldstone Keep. So yeah, you could argue, oh well, cool. What's the end game? Rainbow Overdragon can pop the field. That's pretty cool, I guess. There's already cards that can do that, like in America. In America, the TCG, I should just say. Card destruction's limited to 1, I think. Holy fuck! Oh my god. I want that unique, but it's not worth dying over. Okay, that was fucking yucky. Ew. That's probably not very good, but... So, yeah, you could totally justify it, right? Like, oh, well, it's to make you get into the game. You show up to locals, and everyone's like, oh, well, it's taking, like, Heart of the Underdog pretty hard. And it's like, yeah, because Heart of the Underdog, like, 80% of the cards are banned. I don't mean to be an asshole, but that's why it's winning. Like, yeah, of course, when you take out things like Call by the Grave, you take out cards like fucking Ash Blossom, you take out cards like Solemn Judgment, you Solemn Strike, Forbidden Droplet, double... What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Not double summoning, it's an entirely different card. I just can't remember what it's called. Of course, a deck that requires no interruption, and you can't flood the field, like, especially if someone's like, oh, well, we're not going to run any Xyz, we're not going to run any Synchro, we're not going to run any Pendulums, or we're not going to run any this. It's like, okay, cool, are we gonna just sit here and play Vanilla Monster Beatdown all day until we go home and then we get mad at our mom because they didn't get us the cool snack cakes for our Yu-Gi-Oh! Lunchbox that we take to school? No! That's boring. And I don't think... By the way, I don't think Legacy is boring. Legacy's fine. I play old school RuneScape for fuck's sake, so I am in no way to say that Legacy formats and things shouldn't exist. My gripe with Crystal Beasts, it's a good deck for 20 years ago. Not in 2022. Well, it's almost 2023. It's probably going to be 2023 by the time this is up. But, would I suggest it to somebody starting? Oh, hell no. If you take that to your local scene and you get the floor fucking wiped on you, it's gonna hurt. And you're gonna say, this is bullshit, I don't want to play this game anymore. Because your deck can't do anything, and the monsters themselves just do not have the staying power. They die way, way, way too easy. And, you know, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! You can say has its problems. I'm not going to sit here and say it's flawless, because it's not. It's got a lot of problems. There's a huge power creep issue for sure. And, you know, there's a lot of just... I still agree. I think there should be a, you know, season that only certain formats of cards should be used to keep the game from getting overpowered and broken. Magic does this. And I'm sure there's local scenes that do this too. But, you know, at the same time, I think that's a huge problem that we can use cards like Card Destruction, which came out in, like, what, fucking Servant's Pharaoh, or Pharaoh's Servant, like, fucking 20 years ago, and we're still using it. You know, the day that, like, fucking cards like, not Pot of Greed, that's never coming off the ban list, make your peace with it and move on. No, cards like, oh, what is it called? It came in every, fucking Tribute, what, Ultimate Offering, there we go. So, like, cards like Ultimate Offering, if those ever came off the ban list, because, let's face it, it could happen, because the life point cost and the speed of the game, I think it could work. I'm not saying it's a good idea, you just set up somebody for an FTK, but at the same time, like, that's what I mean, like, cards like that shouldn't be able to come back. They should have various forms, like Pot of Prosperity, you have Pot of Riches. All those cards, they have different functions inevitably, but they all do the same thing, which is... Oh, we're really gonna go there? Are we really? Are we really gonna go here? Are we gonna really do this? Are we really? Are we really?
I can't carry anymore.
I don't know about this. Let's go back to town and see if we can push through this, at least try. But do I think that's fair that, you know, a card from 2023 isn't, like, in some sort of bracket that we just can't use it because it's so fucking old? Like, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, why the fuck do people still use that? Because it's really good. I mean, there's... Oh, god damn it. Anyways, there's... Oh! I don't know why that noise is so funny to me, but it is. Wow, he just got melted the moment he walked in there. That was awful. So, you know, it's like, yeah, cool, we can use cards like blah 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 from like 20 years ago. But why? I mean, you can. Like, you can run a Harpy Lady deck if you want to be cool and get your ass kicked. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you and say you can't. But Billy Willie at the card shop who smells like cheese is going to tell you you're an idiot and that you shouldn't use it and you're a bad person and you should just go home and burn all your cards. I'm simplifying, not everybody does that, but it's you know, definitely a thing that happens. People go, oh, you fucking scrub, and then they, you know, that's their entire perception of the entire game. And it creates the huge power creep problem, like, you know, if you're not using X, Y, or Z, you're just gimping yourself. That's why whenever it's like, oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon, yeah, the people still use that. I'm like, it's not what you think it is nowadays, dude. It's totally different. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not the same game that you played on the playground with your friends. Okay, it's not the same idea. Those you probably use bullshit rules. You probably didn't even know what the fuck you were doing. Let's just be real. Probably didn't even bother reading the card all the way, and you probably glossed over what is actually factually a good card because oh, it doesn't look cool. I don't like having to read the card. I did it. Fucking everybody did. Let's not even mince words here, dude. When I played Yu-Gi-Oh! In school, I got my shit pushed in by a kid with a dino deck, and I was like, fuck this kid. And you know why I was mad? Because I thought my Blue Eyes White Dragon, my Red Eyes Black Dragon, my Dark Magician Brick Hand was... I thought it was enough. I thought I was gonna win. I thought I was gonna be the WinRAR, okay? I thought I was gonna, you know, download more RAM and win. No, I didn't. I got the shit beat out of me because it was really bad. And at this point in time, people were using synchros and shit. Actually, I think that makes me feel old, dude. Synchros are old to me. Like, oh yeah, I remember ritual summoning was ass. Make your peace with it and move on. The only decks people use ritual summoning in nowadays is like, I've been seeing it creeping around on Master Duel lately, and I'm not really a huge fan of it. It sets you up for like some really hinky FTK. And it's not a fun deck to go against. It's really hard to get it off of the field, too. You know, cards have sticking power now. That's what makes them hard to deal with. They have a lot of procs on Grave. That is another thing that makes cards more dangerous in this day and age. Cards in the old days... Things like Superconductor Tyranno were fucking dangerous. Like, they didn't come off the field because they couldn't be killed. And it did take a lot of work, yeah. But, dude, if you manage to get like that out of the game, and the only reason it... Actually, no, it can't, because it can't be targeted, right? Am I correct in saying that? Superconductor Tyranno cannot be targeted by card effects, correct? I don't remember. Basically, I'm trying to say is the way the game has been played now, as opposed to what you think it probably is totally different. Like, you're just kind of like extending your combo out, and I mean you can watch my videos on how I play. So it's like, yeah, you can get the idea pretty quick. It's not the same kind of game it was 20 years ago. You're not just, you know, even tribute summoning, which is the oldest trick in the book, even that doesn't get used very much anymore. I mean, you can, even to my knowledge at this point, stars are kind of irrelevant, because unless you're Xyz summoning, stars really don't matter. Like, the card's level is only just there to, like, be moved around by things like level leader, or, you know, something that is going to like flip it into something else, and then even like going as far as linking, you know, linking just requires like 2 Cybers monsters or whatever. Like, it's not a very hard thing to invest in. I mean, yeah, it's still tributing in a form, and I mean the most you're gonna see the tribute summoning is gonna be the card saying tribute this card, and that's about all you really see in terms of tribute summoning anymore. So, you know, at the same time, this is a really scary idea. Goddamn, I should not be fucking around with this thing. Thank God he's dead. I'm gonna go just straight to Bale. I'm not dealing with that bullshit. You know, it's one of those things where it's really not a thing anymore. Like, Monarchs, that's why Monarchs kind of died, is because they require tribute summoning and remembering what their tribute fodders were, because if you don't, then it's difficult because it requires you to tribute to get the other big guys out, but you have to flip and recycle. It's really weird, but, you know, the whole entire thing is based on tributing, and that's not really what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like anymore. I mean, yeah, you still tribute cards to get other cards in the field. I've seen people say Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't have a resource system, and that's not true. Your monsters are technically your resource. I think most people who play it can understand that. But like in Mana, in, like, what's it called? Magic or whatever. Like, that's a good example. That's like a resource, right? Because Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just, you get the monsters on the field, right? Let's just take this carefully. I like how I'm just standing directly in front of Bale, thinking this is a smart idea. It's not going to end poorly at all. But you see what I mean? Like, it's a very... It's just not a very used mechanic anymore. And I lamed Bale out fucking so hard. God damn. What do I have in here? Oh, I should probably do that. Sorry, Bale, you're dead. I need to go ID stuff. I knew it. So yeah, it's like... It's strange to people that haven't played in a long, long time. And you're probably like, oh, could my structure deck 2003 still hold up? No. Don't even try it. It will not last. They'll laugh at you. I'd laugh at you. I'd be like, okay. Lightsworn is old, and it works kind of, sort of, not really. But all it takes is one negation, and then you can't do anything. It's just dead at that point. Alright, let's go ahead and take the Dirk. Tyrael, my guy. You're impressed. Me too. Twix is champion Twix. Yay. We can play in hell difficulty and have a horrible, horrible experience. Yeah, me too. What did I get? What did I get? Is it Skull Splitter? Whatever. Blade Bone. I mean, it's not good. And what's this? The Diggler! You can't say that word on TV. Yeah, that's not very good. But that's just the way it is, you know. I'm not going to complain. Why am I moving this? I'm not going to be able to make room for this. So, yeah, let's go back to Act 1 as I always do, because Act 1 is all Diablo 2 is.
Hello again, Outlander.
Oh, yeah.
Word of your great exploit.
I'm broke? I'm broke as shit? I only have 10k? Oh, that's depressing. I really do have to sell all this shit. Well, you know, this is the character as of now. We'll see how it goes later. Yeah, that was Nightmare. I mean, it's not very graceful, but hey, we made it. So, it's probably going to be weeks until the next video for me, but for you guys, it's going to be in the next video in the playlist, so then we start doing Hell. This character's got a long way to go, still, before we're even considering Hell, like, period. So, I'll see you when I see you, and of course,
Goodbye.
have a good one.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Time to die.